at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We're bullish. The trend's up. I think you got to buy on pullbacks.
The trend's up. You got to buy on a pullback. The trend's not up. What's he talking about? The trend's up. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. This is amazing. This is crazy. Just like yesterday. Remember this? I played this yesterday. It drove me nuts all day.
We have got a strong economy. There's a basic reason why the 10-year is going up in yield. It's because of economic strength.
There's nothing. The yield's not going up. Interest rates aren't going up because of economic strength. Just the opposite. God darn. Think about what's going on here. These yields are crushing our economy. They're crushing our economy. Mortgage rates right now. We're talking yields that are just making rates. We're going to be pretty close to 8%. 8%. That's going to just halt the real estate business. It's going to kill the real estate business. I read somewhere today that the amount of homes or the amount of applications are like the lowest ever. I'll get you the number on that. I'll check during the break, but it was terrible. People aren't going to buy homes at 7.5%, 8%. First of all, they're not going to get a loan. They won't give them a loan. But this idea that these rates are up and that's a good thing because that shows the economy is strong is insane. 28-year low, thank you. 28-year low on mortgage applications. So they're trying to tell us because the yields are up, our economy's strong. So our economy's strong because applications are at a 28-year low? That makes our economy strong? Or is our economy strong when rates are at 2.3%, 2.5% instead of 7%? Isn't this ridiculous? See, they're trying to take parking space in your head. They're trying to mask what's really going on. Let me tell you what's really going on. Nobody's telling you this. We have the worst of all situations going on. Most people don't realize that if you go back and take a look at the 2007-2008 crash, it's back. What do I mean by it's back? We had the worst of all situations. It was terrible back then, and we're experiencing it now. What am I talking about? You know, when they're talking about how we have this Goldilocks economy, and there's not going to be a recession, and we're going to have all these soft landings, and everything's going to be wonderful, and we're going to be pivoting back to QE, where we're cutting rates. That's a bunch of crap. That's not going to happen. And let me tell you why. Because it would be different if we had a yield curve on just say the, I don't know, let's say the 6 months and the 10-year. Or if we had a yield curve on, inverted yield curve on the 3 months and a 10-year. But no, in 2007, 2008, what killed that market, what caused that big crash is everything is inverting. Nobody's telling you that. So you got the 5-year inverting. So you take the 5-year, I'm talking about the 5-year against the 10-year, okay? So you got the 5-year inverting, 3-year, 2-year, 1 year, 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. All of those are upside down. They're all inverted. That's what happened in 2008. If you have 1 or 2 inverting, but we got right there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inversions. You know what that's telling you? You're screwed. And today, everybody's running around buying the snapbacks, buying the pullbacks, buy the dip on tech stocks. Are you absolutely nuts? You never buy on the dip when you have a downtrend. You never do that. People are going to get killed today buying these stocks. What's going on is this, and these are the stocks we're in. We're in Microsoft, Apple. Now remember, we caught these when nobody was buying them. We did very nice with them, and now we started to short them. We started to short them back in around August 5th to 10th. We started to short these. So what's happening is tonight we have a report on NVIDIA. Now that's the bellwether. So everybody who's been shorting Apple and Microsoft and Meta and NVIDIA and Tesla, they're covering their short positions because they don't want to get caught. And then when the stocks go up, because professionals like myself are covering our short positions, then you got the tourists who jump in and say, oh, look at this, Apple is going up. I'm going to get rich again. It pulled back. Now I'm going to buy some. It's cheaper. I'm going to get rich. No, you're going to get killed because you're in a downtrend. And the other thing, the overall market, which you don't realize, is the same where we look at back in 2007, 2008. Not only did we have every yield inverted, not just 1 or 2 or 3, all of them inverted, just like now. We also had the yields, the 3-month Treasury yield and the 10-year Treasury yield is exactly where they were right now, where they were back in 2007. Oil, which tipped the market over, remember we started to go towards 140, same thing's happening now. Oil has been going up. So everything is similar, but oil is not up as much as it was in 2007. But where the danger is, the inverted yield curves. You have 9 of them that are now inverting, but they're not going to tell you that. Instead, they're going to tell you we've got a Goldilocks economy. We don't have a Goldilocks economy. This is crazy. I mean, the information we get, and this crazy, crazy stuff here, how the economy is strong because of higher rates.
Rates are higher in the United States because the United States economy has been much stronger than people expected.
Gee, that gets me. Are you kidding me? That's insane. See, we are experiencing the largest economic downturn since the recession. We have the largest deficits ever. We have the largest inflation ever. We have the worst earnings in 25 years. Let's talk about our government. Our government, we have the largest debt ever. We have the largest net loss ever. The largest negative net worth ever. And you're looking for a Goldilocks landing? What are you, nuts? That's like throwing somebody out of an airplane without a parachute. Say, hey, you're gonna have a nice soft landing. Don't worry about it. Just go on, jump out. You don't need a parachute. You're gonna have a nice soft landing. That's what's going on. This is nuts. We have the worst industrial production in 22 years. But see, nobody wants to hear about any of this. Because, see, they think the market is magic. Because they saw magic. See, everybody saw magic for about 13 years. There was a Magic Act from 2008 to November 2022. We had a Magic Act. It was magic. No question about it. Stocks would just go up. And companies didn't even have to make money. They didn't have to make profits. They would just go up. All they had to do is buy their own shares. And it would go up. Companies are losing money. And their stocks are going up. That was magic. But the magic is over. And for you people who are trading, remember what I told you? I said last week, we're going to get a 5 to 9% pullback. Here's what I said. Look, we're going to get a 5 to 9% pullback. This always happens. And then what's going to happen after we get the 5 to 9% pullback off our high here, and then they're going to come back in, the tourists, we're going to get a rally. And then after the rally, it'll collapse again. This is a sucker's rally.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. The feds have raised interest rates again, and AI is the topic of the day. No matter what the financial headlines are, be a successful investor with Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. Take advantage of the free 10-day trial for the Working Investor Program. Phil Grandy has put together the tools you need to understand the stock market with full access to the Phil's Gang website and access to Phil's Pro 2 color-coded charting software. Know with confidence when to buy, sell, and short a stock. Members also have access to Coffee Talk. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern, Phil Grandy talks about what's happening on Wall Street that day. Want to be a better investor? Then take advantage of the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. You'll find many more features and tools for the working investor. After the trial, it's just $59.95 a month for membership. Invest with the best. Phil's Gang at philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, if you go to my Instagram site or you go to YouTube channel, I have some segments up showing you why you don't buy these dips when you got a stock like Apple going down. You don't buy on dips. They're very short. They're about a minute, and it has a great explanation. I think that'll help you out. Now, again, the folks who are buying these stocks today, Apple, Microsoft, now these are all my stocks, and we've been in these stocks. And we caught all these stocks on the upside. Now we're in the process of selling them short. And I told you the other day, I said that we're going to get a pullback, and then we're going to get a rally, exactly what's happening, and then we'll get another pullback. This is a sucker's play. Now, these tech stocks, remember this, tech stocks don't do well when there is high yields. They do terrible. They do terrible. Why do you think Apple has dropped from 196 down to 172? because the yields are high, and tech stocks don't do well in high yields. So now, why is the stock now going from 172 up to 181? That's called a snapback. That's called a short covering rally. That's also called a bunch of dummies buying the stock. They're called tourists. They don't know what they're doing. They have no idea how the market works. They think they're going to get rich because on Apple. They think they're going to get rich on Microsoft. And they're not going to get rich. They're going to lose money. Because you never can buy a stock in a downtrend and make money on these snapbacks. The only way you can do it, which we teach our students, that if you want to buy Apple, you could have bought Apple on what we call a swing trade. You could have bought Apple on August 18th. These are short trades of 3-4 days. In other words, those are the snapbacks. You can make money on the snapbacks, but you got to be, if you're in our gang, you have to have profits already. If you look at your account and you got profits of 25%, then you can go do it. Then you can buy these snapbacks. That's exactly what we're having, a snapback. But if you don't have a cushion, if you go look at your account and you don't have 25% of that account as profits, then you shouldn't do it. So please stay away from these stocks. Now, another thing, remember, listen to this. They contradict each other. Listen to this here. This is Foot Locker.
The earnings at Foot Locker came in at an adjusted 4 cents a share. The company is citing ongoing consumer softness for the drop. They're slashing their guidance for the full year, but the real reason the stock is down on top of all of that is because they are pausing their dividend.
No, the real reason is business sucks. That's the real reason. Now listen to this.
CNBC SurveyMonkey Small Business Confidence Index is out for Q3. It's showing sentiment falling to 42 out of 100, the all-time low level we saw exactly 1 year ago.
Yeah, all-time low level. Confidence, small business, because consumers, once they tap out their credit card, they're not buying. They've already tapped out the equity in their homes. Now they're tapping out their credit cards, tapped out their 401k. They have nothing left to tap out. But isn't it interesting when you play the result of Foot Locker not doing well with their earnings, and then small business have little confidence because they know things suck, and then here you go, here's Wall Street.
We have got a strong economy. There's a basic reason why the 10-year is going up in yield. It's because of economic strength.
Isn't that amazing? When you listen to what happened to Foot Locker. Foot Locker's not having any strength. In small businesses, their index is low. They're not having any strength. And so you just got to know what you're doing. Remember, these people aren't there to help you. They're there to help themselves. So again, this Goldilocks economy, where we're going to have no recession, soft landing, okay, and the Fed's going to start pivoting again and cut rates, and everything's going to be just wonderful. No, we're going to go a lot lower. And here's why. Because we got the largest deficits ever. And we got the largest inflation ever. And we got worst earnings in 25 years. Now, I know that doesn't mean anything to most people. They're just going to buy anyways. Oh, Apple's down. I'm going to get rich. I'll buy it. Crazy. But here's the real problem you got. The government. They have a net loss. And they have the largest negative net worth ever. Plus the national debt. Largest national debt. Largest interest payments. So for people to come out and tell you, and we have the worst industrial production in 22 years, the lowest manufacturing 14 years, and they tell you everything's going to be fine. Everything's just going to be good. No, it's not. It'll be fine if you know how to make money when stocks are going down. Then you're going to be fine, because that's called shorting, and that's what we'll show you how to do. You got to understand, Wall Street and Washington and Congress, and they're not there to tell you the truth, especially with their measurements. They're all lies. I'll give you an example. They're telling us inflation is 3.2%. That's a crock. 3.2%. What are you, nuts? How can it be 3.2%? Well, here's how they got there. If you took the financial engineering away from them, inflation is 10%. But they do what they call substitution. By doing substitution, they can get those rates down to make you feel good. But the real reason, like I told you yesterday, they do that is so, and Biden was part of this when he was a young senator, was to screw people out of their Social Security, the military out of their retirement, government workers out of their retirement, so they would have more money to go home, go back to their states, and they could build libraries and so forth and get reelected. So now that's the inflation numbers, never right. But here's the real one that's the killer they lie about, economic growth. They're saying we have an economic growth of 2.4%. Do you know what our economic growth really is? It's certainly not 2.4%. It's not even close to that. When I get back, I'll tell you exactly what it is and how I got there.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. The feds have raised interest rates again, and AI is the topic of the day. No matter what the financial headlines are, be a successful investor with Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. Take advantage of the free 10-day trial for the Working Investor Program. Phil Grandy has put together the tools you need to understand the stock market with full access to the Phil's Gang website and access to Phil's Pro 2 color-coded charting software. Know with confidence when to buy, sell, and short a stock. Members also have access to Coffee Talk. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern, Phil Grandy talks about what's happening on Wall Street that day. Want to be a better investor? Then take advantage of the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. You'll find many more features and tools for the working investor. After the trial, it's just $59.95 a month for membership. Invest with the best. Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
You know the reason I've never used fundamentals in buying stocks? Because you can't trust them. It's like they lie to you about everything. Example, GDP, inflation. Take inflation. We talked about that yesterday. It's not 3.2%. It's 10%. Because, remember, it's the way they financially engineer to make sure it stays down to 3.2%. They do substitution. So, if steak's $20 and a hot dog is, $2, they'll take and use the hot dog. They say, oh, inflation's down. No, it's not. You got to average between the two. Inflation's not down to 1%. It's really 5%. But see, they don't do that. That's the way they used to. They would average it to the upside. So if we went back and we measured our inflation the exact same way we did before they changed the metric system, we're at 10%. Now let's take the economic growth. They always lie about GDP, economic growth, because here's how they do it. Let's say, for an example, what they do is they measure inventory. So they look at all the companies in the United States that have inventory. So let's say they get their number in, and the inventory is, let's say the inventory is 1 million. 1 million. So we're at the end of the quarter, inventory is 1 million. So they say the GDP, the economy is growing by 3%. Now the next quarter, inventory comes in, it's not 1 million, it's 3 million. Then they say, wow, the economy grew. We're at 6%. No. See, the inventory grew because the consumer is weaker. He's not buying. The economy's getting worse. But see, they don't count it that way. They don't count it that way. So when you're choking with inventory in the back room, you own a little business, and you're choking, the government says, hey, you're doing great. Look at the inventory you got. You had $5,000 worth of books last week. Now you got $10,000. Boy, you're doing good. This is what they do. They even cheat. They can't even be honest with the amount of workers we have. They cheat on workers. What they call discouraged workers. A person who is currently not working, but he could work. He's healthy, but he hasn't looked for a job in 4 weeks. They don't count him as unemployed. Oh, he's not. No. They move him out. He's not. He doesn't show up as he's unemployed. Even though he's unemployed, he's not unemployed. So the numbers look better. Then those Friday numbers. What do they do on those Friday numbers? Those are all joke. None of them's true. It's called the birth-death metric system. They birth them when they want the number to be higher. They kill them when they want the number to be lower, depending on where they want inflation. They birth them, and they kill them. They make them up. They'll come to Sarasota, and they'll look, and they'll say, oh, look at this. 10 people, they filed papers to start a corporation. Oh, wow. Each one of those companies, let's see, what do we need this month for numbers? Well, we got to show that the new jobs were up. We went from 250,000 last month. We got to show we're at 350,000. Biden wants us to be up 100. Oh, no problem. So what we'll do is let's take the 10 people. Now, remember, these 10 people are ma and pa. They maybe have one person besides themselves or two. What they'll do is take one of those businesses and say, well, I'll bet you they're going to hire 7,000 people. That's how they do it. There's no honesty anywhere. The only honesty is in your charts. You follow the money. It will teach you how to do that, and it's fun. Then all you have to do is just be open to making money when the stock goes down. That's it. If you could just be open to learning when a stock goes down how to short it, you're going to be just fine. Because you don't have to believe, otherwise you're going to be believing this crap they're telling you. I mean, I was so stunned yesterday when I heard this.
We have got a strong economy. There's a basic reason why the 10-year is going up in yield. It's because of economic strength.
Can you imagine when everybody knows that's not true at all? We have inflation. That's why yields are going up. We have inflation. And when you have inflation, you have deficits. You have to pay for those deficits, and you have to print money to pay for those deficits. And then when Powell does that, that's inflationary because he's got to print money to pay for the deficit. And then now the new deficit, Powell has to raise rates to fight the new inflation, causing the dollar to drop. And this is just amazing. So they lie about the unemployment number. They lie about the discouraged workers. Inventory is a big lie. They fiddle with the inventory. So here's what you do. In the morning, what we do. We take our stocks and our members. We have 6 stocks. And then we have what we also call some bonus stocks. But we get them on 6 stocks. And every day, those 6 stocks, we tell them exactly what to do. So we have coffee talk in the morning, and I tell you exactly what's going on in the market, what I think is going to happen that day and long term, and what's going on in the economy, how it's going to affect our stocks. And then when the market opens at 9:30, we start with our same stocks. We always have either Microsoft, Apple, Meta, NVIDIA, or Tesla. Those are our tech. Or we have the banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo. Then we have the best oils. We have our XLE, our energy, USO. We have our Schlumberger. And we also have our MRO, a beautiful refiner. So every day we do the same stocks. And all we do is tell them, okay, here's what you're going to do this morning with Schlumberger. Here's what you're going to do. And here's why you're going to do it. So today, Schlumberger, it's green on my color-coded chart. So I told them, we'll take profits. Let's sit back. And when it turns red and it breaks through the 50-day moving average, I'll tell you when to start to short. And then when I'm done, then they go over to Steve. And Steve starts the same thing. It's the same 6 stocks. Then when we get them up to a point where they look at their account, and all of a sudden they're saying their trading account, the money that's in that trading account, 25% of it's from profits. Now they can go to our bonus stocks. But every bonus stock we give them, every stock we give them out of the portfolio of 6 stocks, they're the same stocks because they're the best stocks. And when you're bored, you make money because when you're bored, you're investing right. You're investing properly because you're sitting back, letting the setup come to you, and then you pull the trigger and you make your trade. But the key is you got to make trades when the market's going down. Otherwise, here's what happens. When you don't short, then you're relying on these people to tell you this kind of crap.
We have got a strong economy. There's a basic reason why the 10-year is going up in yield. It's because of economic strength.
Yeah, and then they're going to tell you, listen to this here. This is unbelievable.
We are due for a correction, but I don't think it's an 08 style crash.
He doesn't think it's an 08 style crash. It's exactly an 08 style crash. Exactly. Because we had the same exact 10-year Treasury yield, the same exact 3-month Treasury yield. We had the same escalating oil prices. What's he talking about? It's the same exact thing going on. But worse. We don't have just one inverted yield curve or 2 or 3. We have 9. And that was the worst ever. We never seen 9 inverted yield curves, only in 2007, and we have that now again. I don't care what they say. All I want to do is follow the money. Myself and Steve and Willie will show you how to do that. Join the gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I think there's a lot of opportunity. I think you're in a new bull market. August is clearly a sloppy month, and we're just wading through that. But we'll get through it. We'll get through Jackson Hole, and we'll get through NVIDIA's earnings, and I think the market's going higher.
Oh, yeah, going higher. I mean, what? Who cares? You know, even though we got historic inverted yield curves, it doesn't matter. Does it really matter? Even though earnings are worse in 25 years, corporate earnings, it don't matter. We have the biggest earnings drop in 2 years. That doesn't matter, I guess. Largest drop in market value, $675 billion. We never have market drop that much ever. Largest drop in construction spending, business investment. Yeah, don't worry about it. Production. U.S. industrial production has its biggest drop since December 2022, 14-year low we have in our manufacturing. But the biggest problem is we got too much money in the system, and they're not getting it out fast enough. For 13 years, they printed money, kept putting it in the system, kept giving it to the banks, keep pushing money out, push money out to the corporations so they could do stock buybacks. And now there's so much money in the system, they can't get it out. They did 11 rate hikes. They can't get that money out. And when you can't get that money out, you got the government spending on stupid things. You got people spending on stupid stuff. And you got to get it out. And what happens, the bubble gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it blows up, it gets worse and worse. These people are all nuts. But they're trying to make you get in there and buy this market. You know why? Because they want to get out. They need you, the retail customer, to get them out. If you don't believe me, go back and take a look at Enron. Look at all the buying on the dips on Enron on the way down. Remember Kramer? Buying the dip. And everybody got slaughtered. Slaughtered buying on a dip on the way down. Never do that. When you start with us every morning, you're going to know exactly. And again, in the morning, we give you the coffee talk. You can go pick it up anytime you want. So we tell you exactly what's going to happen with the market that day, what we think is going to happen. And then we have you prepared. We'll tell you which stocks we're going to be working. And you're not alone. So we'll tell you, okay, today we think Hershey. We're going to sell short Hershey. We said that on June 2nd when we said that, June 2nd. It was a perfect time to sell Hershey short. So it went from 260 down to 214. It was a 17% return. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made 17%. I don't know that. But if they followed what we teach every day in our trading technique and used our Pro 2 color-coded chart that tells you to stay in short, that money's coming out, and it wasn't wrong. It wasn't one day, it was wrong. And if every morning, again, you can put as much time as you want. Some members have been with me a long time. They just get the morning picks, the stocks I think are going to do well that day. Now, we have classes going on through the day. We send out alerts every day through the day, so you're always updated as to the stocks we're working. And the key is, again, to learn how to sell short and stay with the best 5 or 6 tech stocks, the best 5 or 6 oil stocks, 5 or 6 best banks. Stay with those same stocks every day. And here's the key. And by having those same stocks, you get better at it because you control the market now. You control the trade. When you hear on all these financial shows, every day they got you buying a new stock, something else, the hot stock. See, they get to your emotion. Got to buy that new stock, that hot stock. Remember when the ETFs came out? When they first came out, first was the agricultural ETF, then semi ETF. They had more ETFs. Every day they come up with a new ETF to move you to a new one. They're making a fortune in the market. If you stay with us and you stay with the same stocks, every morning you're going to know what the market is going to do. You're going to know. And then during that day, or that coffee talk, here's the selection of stocks we're working today. Here's why. And then if we're buying them and we're going to add to it, we send you an alert. We say, look, we're going to add to Apple, or we're going to add to Google, or we're going to add to Schlumberger, or we're now going to sell short. So, so you're never alone. So just all you need to do is follow our lead. That's all. But if you listen to this garbage that comes out every day, and you know, nobody's talking about China. China is a huge problem. China is going to take us down. Nothing worse than China. When China's in bad shape, so are we. We talked about that last week. When China is suffering and they got a bad economy, then we suffer. Because remember, we depend on China buying at least $150 billion a year of our stuff. They don't buy it when things are bad. They don't buy it. And also, we rely on buying stuff, Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot, buying stuff from them is cheap. But when they're having a bad economy, it's not cheap anymore. Their prices go up. It hurts our economy. So the whole world depends on China buying their raw materials, whether it's coal or gold or silver. And right now when they're hurting and they're not buying gold and silver and all that, those prices go down. But see, that's another thing. You should never have to be in a position you're worried that a price is going to go down on your stock. Why worry about it? If a price is going to go down, let's make money on it selling it short. It's so easy, especially today with the technology we have, especially our charts, which have been designed to turn red when money's going. See, your charts, none of you have charts that will turn red when money's coming out. And when money starts going back in, it will turn yellow and warn you, and then turns to green when a lot of money's going back in. I bet your charts don't do that. I know they don't, because we designed our own charts. With the charts and our technique that we use in investing, you're going to do fine. You'll have confidence. You're not on your own. So, again, listen to what they're trying to convince you. Listen to this.
Companies are going to issue more debt. Investors are going to buy that debt. And
are you kidding me? They're talking about we're going to go back. See, this is what they're saying. See, this is what they're filling you with. Oh, everything's fine. Start buying stocks now because companies are going to do more stock buybacks. Are you kidding? Corporations right now are dying because when interest rates were at zero and banks took the 3-year or the 3-month treasury, and the 3-month treasury was 0.1% of 1%, they could loan to companies money almost at zero. Now they got all these loans on the books because they did all these stock buybacks. Those loans are at 5% now, killing them. Killing them. Look at the commercial debt out there. Banks are dying. We've been shorting and doing wonderful shorting the small banks. We've been shorting the regional banks. KRE. That right there, that one there just started to break today. Our color-coded chart just turned red on KRE. I gave that to my members this morning to watch, KRE. We've been shorting PNC Financial. That turned red on August 17th. That's been a good short. And then you're going to start seeing Walmart, Home Depot, Costco. Those are all going to start turning red. And the one that we're really happy with is we started to sell short the builders. And one of our best builders right now short is Lennar, L-E-N. So why shouldn't you make money on Lennar when it's going down? See, that's I don't understand. See, Wall Street has always told you, don't short, it's dangerous. They don't want you shorting because they don't make commissions when you short. They only make commissions short when you're buying a stock, not selling a stock short. So Lennar, we've been very patient with this when I told my members, look at Lennar, all these builders are going to be the last ones to break. And sure enough, Lennar on our chart turned red on August 9th, at around 127. Right now it's at 117. 127 to 117. That's an 8% return on that side. Shorting. What's wrong with shorting? When we bought Lennar at 120 to 132. So we bought it. That's 10% buying it, and now we're making more than 10% selling it short. That's how you make money, and you stay with the same stocks. That's when you get good at. When you're bored with the same stocks, that's when you know you're making money. When your hands are sweaty and your head's sweaty, you're losing. Join the gang. Free for 10 days. Phil'sGang.com. Go to my site. Let's get started.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.